Do you know where to start when it comes to writing sales copy for your website? Or are you staring off into the distance looking for your inspiration or the creative juices to strike so you actually feel like you want to write your website? Or maybe you're doing, please don't do this, you're doing the Mad Lib thing where you look at competitor's website or someone in the industry and you just Mad Lib it. Well, that is not the way to write copy that converts. That's why in this video, we are gonna get you over that creative roadblock hump. I am showing you 4 great examples and maybe some bonus ones of incredible website copy, sales page examples that work. I want you to be able to draw inspiration and creative juice, but I also want you to see what's possible. If we've not yet met, my name is Ashlyn Carter. I'm a conversion copywriter and brand and launch strategist for creatives like you. Okay, that said, let's hop to, and I'm gonna bring up number 1 example, my friend Simon. So Simon's business is called Remixologists. They are a DJ group out of the New England area in the US. And before I deep dive and show you his landing pages on his websites, I wanna give you a little story. So last month I was at a conference and Meg, hey Meg, came up to me and she was asking about how she marketed her business when there were multiple different target audiences that needed to be included in that. So many of us run into that in our business. Comment down below or hit the like button if that's you. So here's what I told Meg, and this is actually very apropos because as I'm filming this right now, this is not my house. I am on a workcation. Sometimes I do best creatively to look the complete opposite direction from my copy cave for inspiration and ideas. And that is what you can do by looking to gain inspiration for your website copy and your sales page messaging from industries that are completely different from your own. I've told students over the years inside copywriting for creatives that I get some of my best ideas when I'm looking at website copy or landing pages for like the mattress industry. So random, right? But for example, if you can go out there and look at a very disparate industry from your own and see what they're using and how they're positioning things and what is exciting to interact with from a user experience on their website and bring those in to your creative small business's website, that can be absolutely gold. So back to Meg and Simon. I mentioned this to Meg because Simon, and now I can pull up his website. So Simon's business, they have a corporate side where they're doing killer name clients, and they have a side of their business where they market to weddings and events and couples and brides are a lot of the times the ones that are on these pages making this decision. So you've got that corporate event planner, that's one target audience, and then you've got the decision maker for the wedding. Those are 2 very different target audiences, right? Well, what stands out here is Simon, and he was a client on the copywriting agency side of my business. We were able to land on homepage messaging that speaks to both audiences. If you've ever struggled with writing your homepage before, then it's okay, because that is the page in the funnel that has to market to more than 1 different types of audiences. That's a tall order. I tell this to students inside CFC, don't start writing your homepage first. In the same way, when I'm writing a sales page, I don't start at the top of the page. I start in the middle of the page. I start with the offer. That's the best place to start when you're drafting your website copy. Okay, so your takeaway from this sales page is always look for inspiration in an industry very, very different from your own. All right, number 2, bringing up Alina. I'm bringing up this because I want us to look at more of a low price offer. Alina is a photographer. She immigrated from Romania. She now lives and works in the US and serves the US market, and she has her client side of her business, but she also has an incredible suite of offers. Particularly, I wanted to show you her preset. Okay, what stands out on this page? If you've ever ordered a preset pack before, I am definitely not a photographer, but I love buying presets. Even when I'm taking pictures of my kids, it just makes it look better for those of us that aren't photographers. You may know that sometimes the download comes with really cool creative names for the different presets in there. That's fine and wonderful and serves a purpose. But for Alina's sales page, what we wanted to do is to call attention and bring up the fact that she doesn't do that, and she doesn't do that for a reason. Instead, her presets have very specific names. So we were able to communicate that in the copy. Here's why I bring this up, and it's coming to the takeaway tip part of number 2 here. Many times you're so close to your offer and looking at it that you can't see other different pieces of it that may be a great variation point. It's the biggest compliment when somebody tells me, oh my gosh, this copy or the way you outlined it makes me sound smarter than I am. No, you just saw that little aspect of your offer as just some throwaway fact, but let's pull it out, let's spotlight it, let's make it a hook to hang your hat on. And that's why learning to test your message in a community is vital. There's my plug for Copywriting for Creatives and the Copy Bar Collective, but let's just bring this to a takeaway tip for you. The next time that you have a piece of messaging ready to show off, maybe it's a new landing page you have finished, or your homepage, or your about page, what I want you to do is send that link to one of your business best friends and have them turn on Loom and talk through it. So even if it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes of them scrolling down the page and telling you what they think, I promise you more times than not, they'll bring up something, they'll be reading the copy out loud, interacting with the design, and they'll say, oh, I really like this, or oh my gosh, yes, that is so cool. I'm willing to stake my life on the fact that if it is a long form page and if you've spent the time figuring out what your onlyness factor is, like my students inside CFC do, and you've put in the time to craft a beautiful overview of what all is inside that offer, there's probably something inside either your one-on-one service, your group service, the offer, the thing inside your shop. There's probably something in there they think is cool that you would not have thought was cool. So that's just your job, make it cool. Okay, sales page number 3. I pulled all sorts of examples for you for this video, but what I wanna bring attention to now is a landing page that I created for a launch that Jenna Kutcher and Amy Porterfield were partnering on. So there is the puzzle. This landing page needed to help make sure that people from Jenna's audience, one audience, understood when they were landing there that from here on, they were getting, yes, support from Jenna and her team, but also they were getting a product from somebody that maybe they knew, but maybe they didn't. That is a message that we had to communicate higher up in the funnel, but sometimes you run into that even on your own website. If you have things that you affiliate for in your business or partners that you work with, you have this landing page and we have something we need to work on called message matching. So the people coming in, the traffic that's hitting that page is expecting a certain message. They're landing there with preconceived notions about whatever it is that they're gonna see. But if you don't match that right off the bat and help then on down through your copy explain what you're driving them to, that can be confusing for them. My takeaway tip here is to address the elephant. I love this technique. So if there is an objection or something that people would say about your offer, what it is that you do, and it's gonna hold them back from purchasing, then this is a key thing that on that offer page, in that sales copy, you need to go ahead and call out. Don't shy away from it, call attention to it. Okay, so we have the audience landing here on this page, and this is the top of it. But what we want to do, and this, by the way, this is a closed landing page for the experience, but I wanted to show you this part. But what the world, and likely your niche, doesn't need is another online course. That doesn't work. We need needle moving online courses. So what this piece of the copy puzzle is doing is lawyering up and saying, like, the world doesn't need another course, because the reader's coming up with objections as they work through the copy. Oh my gosh, there's a gazillion courses out there. I don't need why would I make a course, right? Like, that's going to be what is in their head. So we're going to address that head on and say, you know, like, no, they don't need another course. Instead, we need needle moving courses. We need courses taught by people who know their stuff, who have the results to back it up and can teach it actually effectively. Less filler, less fluff, more passion, more results. I'm on a mission to end bad courses. Go ahead and address the big objection up in this. See, we haven't even gotten to the offer explanation yet. We're still in the lawyering up phase. Boom, there we have the solution starting to come in. But that's what I wanted you to see. If you're inside Prime to Launch, you know I talk about the dominoes that we want to fall over and over during the pre-launch process, but go ahead and in the sales page copy itself, bring up the thing that is holding that person back, or the thing that, yeah, the elephant in the room, bring it up. All right, that brings us to number 4, Abby Grace Photography. And full disclosure, the program that is in this sales page is near and dear to my heart because Abby is my brand photographer and she has taken who knows how many photos of me over the years that I can use in my marketing. I'll bring up this sales page because it is a classic example of a signature offer in your business. The takeaway tip I want you to see here is that you can write your own copy that converts without a copywriter. The secret is using the right frameworks along the way. This sales page that I'm going to show you, Abby messaged us and it converted at 10% during the 7 days that it was live. An average sales page conversion rate is from about 3 to 5%, 10%. That is amazing, but she used the framework and I helped her understand how to do the client and the customer voice hacking that I've talked about in previous videos and how to orchestrate that inside this framework. She was able to spit out this sales page, converted like crazy. Okay, now you have some copy to-dos from the examples that I showed you, but when you're writing those, wouldn't it be helpful to have amazing testimonials? Yes, yes it would. I've got that teed up for you in the next video, so I'll see you in that one. As always, thanks for watching.